There has been a fight between the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple, a cryptocurrency payment company, for a long time. This week, the fight moved forward in a big way. For the next step in their appeal process, both sides are getting ready to move forward. This finding could have big effects on Ripple, the price of XRP, and the whole cryptocurrency market. Lady Eleanor Tarrant? This is a big day for the upcoming events in the court case between Ripple and the SEC, according to a writer for Fox Business. Following the court's instructions, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has until October 16th to send in a Form C. Form C is a file used for procedures that are part of the complaints process. If someone wants to appeal something, they need to fill out this form. It spells out exactly what they want to appeal. Judge Alyssa Torres' July 2023 court ruling that said programmatic sales of XRP were not securities will be appealed. The SEC's Form C will contain important information about this appeal. There was a post on XI, which used to be called Twitter, where Tarrant shared this knowledge. For the same reason, Ripple plans to follow the SEC's appeal move soon, within 7 days of the regulator filing. The company will send in Form C of its cross-appeal about the issue. To put it in their way, if the SEC files a Form C today, the Bitcoin company will probably file its own Form C sometime next week. The filing is likely to include a list of Ripple's counter-arguments and an explanation of the cross-appeal scope. As soon as both Form Cs are turned in, Ripple and the SEC will set up a time to meet. Lastly, once the briefing plan is set, the regulator will have up to 90 days to send in its first legal brief. Tarrant said that Stuart Alderode, Ripple's top legal officer, was the one who most recently gave them information about how long the appeals process would take between Ripple and the SEC. This knowledge was talked about for a long time. Alderode has said that the Securities and Exchange Commission will probably wait the full 90 days before sending in its first court brief. Taking this into account, it looks like the regulatory group is trying to make the appeals process last as long as possible. In the opening brief, there will be a full list of all the legal points the SEC wants to make against Ripple, along with the good news that the court will give them in July 2023. Once the SEC is given its first brief, Ripple will be able to respond and also have the chance to argue against what the SEC has said. From what Alderode said, it sounds like the full meeting process between Ripple and the SEC will likely last until July 2025. This means that the legal battle is likely to last for 4 years, and could last longer than 5 years if an answer is not found. The complaint in question was first made against Ripple in December 2020, when the government company sued the cryptocurrency. Because of the long legal battle, which could have major effects, the price of XRP, which has been stable since the SEC filed its complaint, could be greatly affected. Over the past few years, the cryptocurrency that is traded has stayed around $0.50, with small rises up to $0.60 only happening when market conditions are good. However, this price increase is always short-lived because XRP often drops back down to the $0.50 level within a short time. People in the cryptocurrency world are paying close attention to the case between Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission. Today, October 16th, is a big day because Form C has to be filed by the SEC. In the appeal, the SEC wants to focus on certain parts of the case, so this paper is very important because it lists those parts. If the Securities and Exchange Commission sends in its Form C, Ripple will have 7 days to send in its own. This will include the company's point of view and any issues it wants to raise in a cross-appeal. These two papers will help shape the arguments and tactics that each side will use in the long court battle, which is expected to last a long time. A lot of people have been talking about the case on social media. Supporters of XRP and people who like cryptocurrencies have been sharing their thoughts and guessing what might happen. If the Securities and Exchange Commission can't meet the date set for today, what might happen? Given how important the date is, a lot of people think that the Securities and Exchange Commission will meet it. Not meeting this deadline for reporting could still cause a delay or even hurt the CC's case. Someone else, Chad SP, asked the same question, and the answer was that the case would not end automatically, even if the SEC missed the deadline today. This would slow things down, and Ripple would keep waiting for the SEC to take the next step before deciding if it wants to file a cross-appeal. The SEC might lose some ground if they miss the date, but it won't solve the problem. As soon as each party turns in their Form C, they will work together to set a date for turning in their legal papers. Then the Securities and Exchange Commission will have up to 90 days to send in its opening brief, which will include its main law points. A lot of people think that the application will be made by the middle of January 2025, since Ripple's legal team thinks that the SEC will take all 90 days. The yearly Swell conference by Ripple, which took place in Miami in October, has given XRP a new lease on life, which has made the cryptocurrency world go crazy. A breakout has investors' attention at a time when top leaders at Ripple and other companies in the same field are talking about the future of blockchain and cryptocurrency. There is a new coin called Jetbolt that is getting a lot of attention because it is growing so quickly. Two of the most important things to happen in the cryptocurrency industry lately are talked about in this essay. This shows why XRP and Jetbolt are two of the most interesting tokens to keep an eye on because of the interesting talks that happened at the Ripple Swell 2024 conference, which ended not long ago. There has been a lot of talk about XRP. During these talks, crypto thought leaders shared breakthrough blockchain finds and talked about Ripple's plans. People in the business world have been looking into stablecoin uses, improvements to decentralized finance, and blockchain's growing role in global finance. Ripple's recent release of Rylust, a stablecoin based on the XRP ledger, has gotten a lot of new attention. This is Rylust, a safe coin that Ripple made. The fact that big companies like Visa and Coinbase were involved with Ripple added to the excitement about what it could mean for the stablecoin market and beyond. Analysts are becoming more and more sure that the price of XRP will go up a lot once Ripple's stablecoin Rylust becomes popular with more people. Since Grayscale made an XRP trust, more and more people are interested in XRP. As well as the talk about the idea of an exchange-traded fund ETF linked to XRP. XRP might be able to set itself up for new sources of cash, which could lead to more people using it in the coming months. Because it's getting more and more interest from institutions, this is the case. Some market watchers are optimistically saying that prices will go up by up to 10 times what they are now. However, it looks like prices will only go up by a small amount over the next 3 to 6 months. Even though they aren't yet at the level where they are usually linked, new technical indicators for XRP, such as its relative strength index and Chaikin money flow, show that buyers are feeling positive about the cryptocurrency's value. These indicators include large-scale rises